Good evening, everyone. This is Henry Gambell with SimplerOptions.com, and in tonight's free video I wanted to give you a couple of squeezes that I'm keeping an eye on as we head into next week. So once you get through a witching expiration, the idea of a expiration in general, or especially a witching one, is that generally you're going to see a lid kept on things because funds and other various powers that be have a vested interest in things like Bank of America, for example. You had a ton of open interest at the 32 call strike. You see that sell off there at the end of the day just to come back down below that level, so they're able to keep a lid on things throughout the expiration, and then once you get into the next couple weeks of trade, then you come back and see what these squeezes are going to do. So I bring up Bank of America because of the open interest, the idea of it maybe being choppy and sideways throughout this expiration, but then you can start looking for the move in the weeks to come. I look at KSS in a very similar way, and I think those squeezes are very much worth keeping an eye on. One other place that we have this is Nvidia. Admittedly, this pattern may be a little bit lofty up here near the highs. I still think that any pullback down into 235 would be your next buying opportunity, and in the meantime I'll continue to focus on it to the long side. Then we also have squeezes to follow up on with True, where everything here is still progressing exactly like what you would like to see. I don't have any of it at the moment. I have been keeping an eye on it, and it's just one of those things where you try to pick your battles. So I can't have every squeeze that I see on, but that one is continuing to perform really well. And then I also like the idea of continued strength from MU as we get into Thursday's earnings, as it closed very nicely today. So those are some of the names that I've been involved with, some that I'm going to be looking to next week. A lot of it will depend on how the S&P is open. If we look at the S&P futures, you can see that we held the 50-day moving average just by a couple of ticks. So just barely held in there against those levels. If that breaks, then maybe we come back down to the 100-day. But if it can hold at the beginning of the week, that is a level that I'll be keeping an eye on. Then I will also be keeping an eye on the transports in relationship to how they trade as you start the week, and then also as you get into Tuesday when we have FedEx earnings. So those are some of the biggest things that I think will be driving the next leg in the markets. Very much worth keeping an eye on, and I hope you find the analysis helpful.